All right, TK, how you doing?
What's going on, brother?
Man, just getting it in, grinding.
Right. It's amazing. I do so many interviews, and certain guys who have a certain style remind me. So you sitting there, for some reason, I think of Vlad all day. Cause your smile from your face down, the rest of your face, you don't use your forehead muscles.
Oh, okay. That's what Vlad does?
I swear, y'all don't look alike. It's the energy that I'm seeing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just me. It's just me.
Okay.
But go ahead and shoot.
Well, I was gonna start off with some current events and some hot topics and
Yes.
get your take on some things.
Okay.
Recently, Dr. Dre's wife
Mm.
has came out and wants, I believe, half her money, and she's wanting $2 million a month,
Right.
and seems like quite a bit.
It's outrageous.
Yes, very
Outrageous,
much.
yes.
She's asking for the $2 million a month. Her list of her expenses, our entertainment is $900,000 a month. Mortgage $100K, telephone $20K.
Yes.
What do you think about all that?
Well, the thing about relationships, one, unless you're on the inside of that relationship, you never know what they're truly going through, right? So, common sense tells us that it's foolish to be asking for that kind of money. I just think women should, at the same time, when you are married to a successful businessman, the way that you come at the person, instead of being that person's enemy, be nicer to them because you can get more out of it. I thought about that. Instead of women just attacking, just say, babe, I understand we ran this course and I see you feel differently, I feel different, or I still love you, but you feel different. And I think that you still can walk away with what you want and truly be happy instead of one, putting all your business in the social media and people can understand, know your business. Just stay low key and get it that way.
Do you think it's just a negotiating tactic that she's asking for that?
Well, she's winning. If I'm not mistaken, when you read it, the article, she still lives in a place in Malibu. He's still paying all the bills. He said he has his chef coming over there to feed him 3-4 times a day. Come on. And this is where women have to be smart. It's like in any business you're in, right? When you have a successful relationship, successful husband or wife, you have to start your own business, create your own lane of income. So just in case something does happen, you can win on your own.
Right.
You got to be able to win on your own.
A little bit independent.
You got to be a little independent because we know what people do. People put too much trust in the other person with their life. Like you put your whole life in somebody else's hands, and they could take you to the deep end of water and let you go, and then you boom. That's why I always take opportunities like this to tell people to bet on themselves and get your money right. So if ever it doesn't work out, everybody can go their own way with a smooth transition. I've been preaching it for years.
Did you hear about the prenup situation where she's claiming that he tore up the prenup?
Yeah, I know Dr. Dre very well. I know damn well he ain't tearing no damn prenup.
Well, it's the thing about it, it's listed though, it's public record though too. So even if he tore it up,
right,
it really wouldn't have never mattered.
Right. It probably was just a player move at that time if he did tear it up. Because I know, if you know anything about Dr. Dre, he's very screwed in his business dealings and everything. And I know pussy don't move him that much that he decided that he was going to throw away a damn prenup to prove something to a woman.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
They've been together a while. I don't know.
25 years.
How long?
25.
25 years.
Yeah, 25 years is a long time.
It's sad to see it going that it could go that bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
It seems like there's, they could be able to just sit down and...
Right, you would think that. But like I said, we're not on the inside, so we don't know what triggered the pain.
That's true.
We don't know what triggered it.
We don't know the whole story.
Yeah, we don't know the whole story. When you don't know the whole story, you can't give an opinion.
True that. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones have a fight coming up. There was a viral, what do you think about that?
The thing about I think it's excellent. I really thought it was an exhibition fight. But as this is getting closer, something tells me these two really gonna go for blows.
Mm.
And I find that to be dangerous. Um, I don't know if people really tuning in the way they want. That's why they pushed the fight back to November, because the interest wasn't really big on the fight. So that's why they pushed it back to November, because they didn't have enough people to do what they really wanted to do. So I hope November 28th is the actual date. They don't move it back anymore. And I think it should be fun. If I wasn't working, I would be there. You know, me and Mike are very good friends. I would attend. But I have a show that weekend in Detroit, Michigan. So I got to go get my money.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned that years ago, believe it or not, going to Mike Tyson's fights. Because we were close friends, I would cancel my shows to go hang with him. But here he is making $30 million. I'm getting my little change. I didn't get my money. He made $30 million and me just have a good time. So from the 90s on, whenever there was a major event, I had always taught myself to have the discipline to go get my money. And I could watch whatever I need to watch on TV or hear about it.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Oh, Mike Tyson should win, hands down. It's going to be interesting.
Knock him out?
I don't know about a knockout, but it'll be more exciting if Roy Jones knocked Mike Tyson out.
For the rematch or just?
No, just for the knockout. Because what else in 2020? What else? 2020's just been such a phenomenal year, crazy year. I wouldn't put nothing past nothing in 2020. 2020 has been unexplainable.
It's been nuts, that's for sure.
It's been nuts, unexplainable.
Okay, so speaking of Mike, there's a viral clip going around of you and Mike Tyson.
Yes.
And in this clip, he says that he had $100 million and he hated himself. And
Right.
you tell Mike, nah, you don't hate yourself. And Mike responds by strongly disagreeing with
Yes,
you.
yes.
What happened with all that?
Well, you know, it's amazing. It's amazing how people really took this interview and thought that Mike here was intimidating me by the way I was responding. But I'm a man, so if you know anything about me, I'm the kind of guy that finds goodness in you. I try to bring out greatness in you. Mike doesn't allow that. If Mike said he ain't shit, you can't tell him he's amazing. He's gonna say to you, he ain't shit, and who are you to tell me that I'm something? How dare you tell me that I'm great? So I stayed quiet, let the young man express his feelings, and what I did was, towards the end of that, I said, I haven't walked in your shoes. And what that meant was that I don't know his pain, what he's gone through, even though I've known him for over 30-something years, you know? You just never understand the mindset of certain people. So if a person wants to feel that they ain't shit, you gotta shut up and say, okay. Because it also shows you no matter how much money you have, how much success you have, if you're not internally happy, you're not happy.
He was talking about the past, though, right?
He was talking about the past.
The past.
Yeah. But the way he came off, people took it like, oh, he checked me. But Mike would have never crossed the line with me. Mike knows me. We know each other very well. We respect each other very well. It would have never got physical like that. But because he got stern, people took it the other way, and I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, from his interviews, I've seen that he, like you said, sometimes he could come off very stern.
Yes.
And I think that, I don't know, from what it seems, but it seems like that's just how he is.
Yeah, that's just how he
times.
is. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Nice guy. At least with me, like I told you. We've been friends for over 30-something years. Long time.
That's a long time.
Long time.
Have you seen the Ice Cube situation?
Yes. I thought that was interesting.
Okay, he recently met with the Trump administration about the contract with Black America, and I guess Trump took one or two of the ideas and added it to his platinum plan, and he's getting a lot of backlash for it.
Yes.
People are calling him a sellout.
Right.
I've seen he got banned from CNN, which I guess they ended up letting him on CNN eventually. Well, what'd you think about all that?
Well, I've taught something in life, and let me repeat this to people that don't understand. as you grow older, whether you're young or older rather, you're taught in life never discuss politics and religion. When you have to avoid those two things because you're never going to get people to agree on either one. So I want to address it, but at the same time, remember when politics or religion is involved, you have to avoid that at all costs. With Ice Cube, I just think he was really just trying to do the right thing with his situation because he wants to go for whatever team can take care of African American people. But as a businessman, when a person has a bad reputation of being a habitual liar, lying, conning the people of the world, whether you was trying to do both, trying to do the right thing or not, I think you should avoid the person that has the poison because you know they have never been a man or a woman of their word. See, in business, you have to go for substance and character. If a person doesn't have the right character or the substance to do business with, no matter if they in power or not, you have to really turn out a trick because that person has shown you time and time again that they will lie to you, get what they want, and then shut the door on you. So you have to learn to avoid people like that. So this is about character. When it comes to character, he should have never went to Donald Trump, regardless of how important his plan was.
So you think that so he should have just stayed away from it? Then?
He could have went to Biden and just dealt with that and not even deal with Trump. But I don't like what Biden did either as his team. Whenever you're negotiating a deal and someone tells you we'll deal with you after the election, the deal ain't gonna happen because you don't need me. I want to get you when the shit is on fire, and that way you're gonna listen to what I have to say. Don't get my people to help the vote, and we can't sit down before the deal. You're a fool to do a deal after a deal. Who the fuck gonna do some shit like that? I'm not doing a deal after we don't need me.
You know, after you got the vote and you're in office.
After you got what you wanted, now you're gonna sit down? Nah. Are you gonna talk to me after the election? So once I'd heard that, I wouldn't have dealt with nobody. I wouldn't have dealt with Trump and I wouldn't have dealt with Biden. And the thing you gotta worry about with the election, in my opinion, you don't know what you're gonna get with Trump. Things might get worse. You know, you don't know what you're gonna really get with Biden, but judging by the debate, I don't know if Biden gonna make 4 years. The way he talks and the way he moves. I don't think that he has the energy or the strength to last 4 years because he's aging bad. It's like every time he come on the debate, he aged 5 years. And he's a little too slow for me.
His energy is a little low.
And you see the speech pattern. That's oxygen and heart and all that is affecting him. So it's really, we're going to see.
Yeah, it's tough. What'd you think about the 50 Cent thing?
About
with him coming out
about the taxes.
About the taxes.
Well, I want people to understand something. Now, 50 Cent can say that because 50 Cent is in the 1%.
He's in the top 1%.
Yeah, he's in the 1% of making money, ladies and gentlemen. So when you hear other people saying, "Oh, that's messed up what Biden's doing," 60% of that, you got to make over $400-something thousand a year to be concerned. If you're not in that bracket, please shut up. You know, and people need to start understanding their situation. The 1%ers is a unique situation. Like when people buy Louis Vuitton, when they buy Gucci or Birkin bags, those items was built for the 1%ers. Now you can go and buy it if you want to, but it's really not made for you if you make it 20, 30, 40, 50,000 a year. Birkin bags, expensive bags, or really for the 1%ers, so you're out of your tax bracket. And the people who got the money, normally 9 times out of time, don't even spend money on those type of things.
The rich people don't have, it's just for the people that want to look rich.
Right. Or even if you're rich and you want to spend it, it's unnecessary to have 20 bags in your house over $50,000. When you look at how the economy is, the country is, it really shows that you're a fool in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, a little bit.
A little bit.
Is cool.
A little bit is cool.
You know, people be having like 10 bags.
About 10 bags,
like
right.
3,
come on.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Or
7
for 20
grand
cars, 9 cars.
You know?
man, I don't even drive the 2 I got.
Yeah.
I'm so busy. So you got that many cars, that's crazy to me.
Do you think 50 will be? Do you think he'll see any repercussions from this? A lot
Nah,
of
nah,
people have been blackballed
yeah,
for working with Trump.
50 expressed his opinion, and he's right. He's in the 1%. Imagine you making $18 million a year and you give up half, more than half. You come home with about 8 million, but you made 18 million. That's hard to swallow, yo. I don't care who you are. That's hard to swallow. You get your check, especially if you don't even know what the person looked like that took your money,
And you don't even really know where it's going.
and you don't know where it's going.
It would be different if they was telling us,
You
like,
bust
yo,
your
this is
ass
going to help this
You bust your ass to get successful. You make a 19, 20 million, and somebody took more than half. Not 50%, 62%.
Man, I get mad at the little taxes I pay now.
62%
I couldn't imagine having to
is serious.
fork over like 10, 20 mil.
62% is serious, yo.
All right, so I'm gonna take it back. And how'd you get started in comedy?
I got started in comedy by accident. It wasn't something that I was planning. I was in college. I was studying at Cal State Northridge. And believe it or not, I went out one night. I ran into Keenan Ivory Wayans. At that time, I was a little skinny young man. He said that I had looked like Eddie Murphy, he thought. We hung out. He took me up to Eddie Murphy's house. And my dumb ass wound up stealing a Rolex from Charlie Murphy up in the mansion on Doheny in Beverly Hills, Doheny and Sunset. And for some reason, I took that situation and turned the negative into a positive. And a year later, I was doing stand-up. 3 years later, I was doing stand-up because that happened in 1982. And I started in 1985 doing stand-up. So 3 years later, I was a stand-up comedian, and the rest was history.
Did you ever give the watch back? Or
I gave the watch back.
I
gave the watch back. I didn't actually physically give the watch back. I did it another way, but they got the watch back.
Did they ever confront you about it or anything?
No, we had a big fight.
Are you gonna fight?
Oh yeah, we had a fight.
With Charlie Murphy?
With Charlie, yeah, we had a big fight.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then from that moment on, and from 1982 till he died, we never saw each other again. And all those years, even though we're in the comedy world, we never saw each other.
Eddie, did you ever run into Eddie?
I ran into Eddie maybe one time, but now I'm successful. He had a Rolls Royce, I had a Bentley. So we was pulling up to a club, and I was sitting in the same VIP section he was sitting in. I had a bad bitch breathing on me, had a woman with him. But it felt amazing to me because I was able to tell him I apologize for something that happened in 1982. Because his cousins and all them, we're very close when we see each other. But as a man, I wanted to do that because when you're young, sometimes you are young and stupid. I was young and stupid. So when I became a man, started getting my own houses, started getting my own things and respecting what I have, I realized even more that when you let someone in your home and they do that to you, that it's extremely disrespectful. So I was able to apologize, and once I got off my heart, boom, it was the sky's the limit.
That's what's up. That's dope. How'd you meet Eazy-E?
I met Eazy-E at the LA Forum in Los Angeles, California. He was walking around in the stadium. They was playing his song, We Want Easy. And I walked up to him, and like I did with everybody, and really promoted myself and talked about how good I was. And he gave me an opportunity. Him, Dr. Dre, and Ice Cube came to see me perform at the Comedy Store in Sunset, and I destroyed it. And bam, the rest was history.
And you ended up going on tour with him?
I went on Straight Outta Compton tour. Yes, I did.
What was that like for you?
Yeah, I thought that tour was amazing. It was a great opportunity. It taught you so much about the rap game, about groupies. It teaches you about traveling. So everything to me was truly a learning experience during that time. It was awesome, because like I said, I was a man while they were still kids, They was like 22, 23, I was like 27, 28 at that time. So I had already been around the country pretty much already. So when we went on tour, I already had women in different cities. I would fly women with me and all that kind of stuff, thinking I was a player. It was fun.
Speaking of women, wasn't there something with Ren or something?
Yeah. So you've been doing your research. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to do my check-in sound check at 6 o'clock, and the girl I was with had went shopping. She took a long time to come back to see me, so she finally came later that night. Eazy knocked on my door. It was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. He said, come here. And he came out. He said, yo, Ren fucked her. And he fell on the floor and was just rolling down the hallway. It was the funniest shit ever. So I wound up throwing the girl out the room, took her bags, put it outside, boom, the rest is history.
Did you and Ren ever talk about it?
Nah, even though I saw Ren at the Straight Outta Compton premiere too, years later, and we still never brought it up.
No.
And we never talked about it that day too, because as a player, you got to know that ain't your girl, and she fucks around. You can't go fight another man over somebody that's not yours. That would have been hypocritical.
Right. I meant just like jokes about it.
Oh no. Believe it or not, we never talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me and Eazy talked about it, but me and Ren never talked about it.
What did Eazy say about it?
He laughed. He rolled down the floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
Yeah,
Eazy, believe it or not, Eazy was hilarious. He was a funny guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, had great sense of humor.
Is there any other funny stories from the tour?
No. We was just doing that thing. But what people need to know on that tour was when I was on Straight Outta Compton, people don't know that I got banned. They thought I was more crazy than the group. So they banned me like in 4 cities.
In the movie, they had like a crazy scene where they were being with a bunch of chicks and some dudes pulled
That's
up.
the same hotel we was all in.
Okay, so you were there for that?
Yeah, I was in
a situation like that?
Yeah, but I don't do the groupie thing. I don't fuck with a lot of different people in the room. I told you I was older than them, so they were young, enjoying themselves. I had my own room. I was doing, I'm smooth. I'm an R&B type nigga. I got champagne glasses, one female, door shut, and let the kids do what they do. Let them have fun. I'm down on the other side. I'm like the counselor in a sense, chaperone, even though I was a stand-up comedian.
Oh, okay, so you didn't hang with them?
No, I didn't hang with them. No,
oh, okay.
Yeah, that was one of my rules when I went on any tour. I really wasn't those people's friends. I was just there for business.
How did you find out that Ice Cube left the group?
Believe it or not, I was there. I think it was in Tennessee when that happened. And DOC was my roommate. So the DOC had explained to me Cube had left because of money. I knew the check was $75,000. And what I loved about Cube at that time, he knew his worth. He knew that he was worth more than $75,000 because he had wrote half the album. So you write an album like that and went gold, he's supposed to walk away with almost $1 million, if not more. Because Eazy got rich off that album. Because Eazy only put up like I think $3,000, $5,000 for studio time and everybody in, and made a killing.
Do you know how much you made?
I think it was $22 million.
$22 million.
Yeah.
So you put what'd you say, $2,000 to $5,000? $5,000.
Right.
I made $22 million.
$22 million. How did you know that?
It was on one interview.
Okay.
I forget which one.
Okay, yeah, you take $22 million.
Oh, man, that's a good come up.
That's a good come up.
Was there any signs Ice Cube was gonna leave? Was there any
no,
talk about it or any hints or anything?
Even in the movie, it was just really showing that Cube was about his business. He was very mature about his business. He knew about the paperwork more about his business. And, as they say, he turned a negative to a positive. So he took that, and that's how he started his career. And then he jumped into the movie game, and then he outworked John Singleton and became a big movie producer. That's phenomenal when you could do something like that. Someone gives you a break, but then you outwork them to become bigger than them. It's amazing.
That is what opportunities, people that take advantage of their opportunities.
Yes, that's definitely
not squander them.
Right. Yeah, that's phenomenal.
We see people do. What'd you think about Jerry Heller?
I like Jerry. I didn't know how he treated everybody else. Me and Jerry got along pretty good. And I really wish before him and Eazy died, we had our paperwork on the table. We was going to do Ruthless Comedy. And Rufus Comedy, the way I had it set up, was going to be amazing, and Eazy was really behind it, and he just passed away, so we never got a chance to
What?
take that up.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit? Like,
Rufus Comedy is going to be like Def Jam.
Oh, okay. On TV?
Yeah, on TV. You know, I mean, think about it. Eazy had the power, he had the money, he had the connection. It was Eazy-E. We was getting ready to clean the fuck up. We was about to kill it.
Yeah. Did
Ruthless
you know?
Comedy, man. And we would have followed the blueprint of anybody else. We probably followed the blueprint of Def Jam, probably followed the blueprint of other people, but we'd have made money.
Did you know he was sick?
No, I didn't know he was sick.
So it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Yeah, that was a sad thing. And I still, to this day, would really like to know what happened. I don't, too many conspiracy theories. With Suge doing what he did, him having sex with this or whatever. You just don't know.
I seen that interview too.
Yeah.
Well, so I want to go back to the tour. Well, what'd you guys do on tour? Was there any off time? You hung out with Dr. Dre or anybody?
Yeah, I used to take Dr. Dre running with me, believe it or not. I was a runner, track star, so we would get up early in the morning, and he would jog with me. So it was a good time. Like I said, but I still was just to myself. But we had moments of continuity where we linked up like men and talked, and then boom, I'll go about my business.
You were in the video.
Right, it's getting funky. Yeah, that was
MC
awesome.
Ren.
Yeah, this is before I started dressing West Coast. I still had in that video I had shorts on, but they hid me. I had an improv t-shirt on, so I didn't have a hat or the jeans or the t-shirts. So by the time we started doing the other videos, I had the 501 jeans, I had the Converses, I had the Raiders cap and all that kind of stuff. So it was a good look.
It was hard to recognize you, man. You were skinny back then.
Yeah, I was skinny. I was real skinny.
I seen the video. And
yeah.
I was like, is that?
Right,
is that
right.
him? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, had the little mustache.
Yeah.
Man, it was all right.
Okay, so you're on tour, and looks like you guys were selling out everywhere you go.
Well, we were selling out.
Were you there when they got kicked out? When
Yes.
they did Fuck the Police?
Yeah, when he was in Detroit.
What happened there?
We all took off running. It's just those cops. Every city we went to, they did that though. That's how I got banned in Cincinnati. You were not supposed to say certain words, but in 1988, 89, before hip hop took off, they were strict around the country because they didn't know what was happening. They didn't know how to control it. They didn't understand it. So they was monitoring what you were saying. So even down to the comedian. So I had to be careful what I said, and I didn't care, I guess, on one city. Matter of fact, I know exactly what I said. It was, at that time, Mississippi Burning, the movie, had came out. And as the MC, I said to the audience, I said, how many people saw Mississippi Burning? I said, all the white people stand up. I said, all the black people stand up. I said, hang them motherfuckers. And bam, I was on the news. Matter of fact, it was Cincinnati. I was on 11 o'clock news and everything about TK Kirkland. I'm imagining this now. MC Ren and Eazy-E all behind me, and I'm the star of the concert.
That's how it looked?
That's exactly how it was.
Oh, okay.
Because I had got banned, so all the attention had focused on me for that one moment. And I really hope one day I could find that interview in Cincinnati, Ohio, with me and NWA. It was on 11 o'clock news in Cincinnati.
You guys did an interview afterwards with everybody?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was 11 o'clock news. It was huge.
What were they asking you?
They was asking me why I got banned and all that. It was just awesome. I really would like to see that video. Oh my God.
Were you the only one talking?
Yeah, I was the only one talking pretty much. Well, I think they talked to Eazy too about how did the comedian get banned, and they was explaining that, but then he had a manager at that time that didn't like the fact that I was getting the attention, which is a smart manager. Like how is this TK Kirkland guy being more famous than NWA at that moment? So they try to shut it down as quickly as possible. But it's a moment in history. I love it.
I heard Eazy, he liked all that. He liked all the promotion. Any promotion he could get.
Yeah, he was.
Any publicity.
Yeah, he was smart about it.
At one point, you toured with Cash Money.
Oh yeah, great moment with Cash Money.
How'd that go?
Um, it was awesome. Baby, his brother, all of them loved me, and all the rappers loved me. In fact, Nelly was on some of the dates that we was on before he really blew up. Juvenile was like my little brother. Lil Wayne was like my little nephew, and we just really had great times. And we toured the country together, and it was just awesome.
Do you have any wild tour stories from then?
No. The only thing I can say about the Cash Money Millionaires is they paid me. I don't know what they did with everybody else, but man, they paid me, and baby, salute. I appreciate you.
Because I seen, you reminded me, I seen an interview with Tyga one time.
Right.
And he said that he never got a check from him.
Yeah. Just some people, they respect, I guess, and they truly respect me. So, not one issue. Matter of fact, shout out to Baby, Ludacris. I toured everybody. Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, Ludacris. I mean, not Ludacris, Luke down in Miami. I mean, it's been awesome.
You did baller blocking with him.
Right, did baller blocking.
How'd that go?
Baller blocking was excellent. We hung out weeks and days, and Baby didn't respect money. I remember us going to the car dealership. He bought like 8 Bentleys all at one time. And me and my man who was with me, we was like, yo, I think we might be getting a Bentley. And he didn't buy us one though, but for a good moment, it felt good. It felt good for a second.
Okay. How did he pay you with how did he
Cash.
pay you for baller? All cash?
Yeah, all cash. He came in the dressing room with a bag full of money, a suitcase full of money, and asked me how much I owed him. I said, the whole damn bag. And he brought, I think he gave me like about $10,000.
And he still had a big bag of money?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he was the man. God bless him. He was #1 stunner. That was his thing.
Was there a situation between Rough Riders and Cash Money? A fight?
No. It was between Rough Riders and Made Men out of Boston.
That's right.
What was crazy about that fight, even Made Men, they respected me. The Rough Riders, they respected me. Cash Money respected me. I didn't know there was something going on with some female in DMX until the next night. So we at the concert, I think we was there for 3 nights. 20,000 seater sold out. But I'm looking forward to getting to Miami and all the other cities because I know everybody down there, and I already know how amazing Florida's gonna be. So we come into sound check, and then the fights just started, and I'm standing in the middle, and everything is passing me, fights and knives and all kind of things. I just couldn't believe what was going on, but the Rough Riders was prepared. They whooped ass that day. They really
Made
did.
Men dudes? That was
Vinny something.
yeah.
Yeah, the Rough Riders was no joke.
Did anybody get hurt?
Yeah,
Stabbed or
people got
anything?
stabbed in the head and all that kind. Nobody died though, thank God, but it was serious. Yeah, it was serious. They canceled 3 shows. I lost a lot of money on that damn tour.
Because of that?
Yeah, because I think we missed 3 or 4 cities or something of that nature. And they banned us for 3 cities. They couldn't let us in that city. So we wound up starting to tour back. But the 3 major cities I really wanted to do, we had lost major money.
Did anybody get kicked off of the tour?
No. Nobody got kicked off.
So Made Men and Rough Riders still
I think
went
Made Men was only on the tour when we went to Boston.
I see.
They wasn't on the whole tour.
I see.
Yeah,
so
they
it was
was on
only
the
for
tour.
so they were gone anyway.
Yeah,
so
they
it
were
didn't
going
matter.
anyway, yes.
You had mentioned that Baby and Cash Money didn't respect money.
Right. And what I meant by that was they had so much, they didn't have to budget because they was winning. And they knew, when you know you got money to replace money, that's an awesome feeling compared to spending money, but you don't have money coming back in to replace it. So they were spending, but they had the money to replace it because Juvenile album, they got fronted $30 million from Universal. And they paid Universal back just off the Juvenile album. That goes to show you how many albums they sold.
They got a good deal too, right?
They
Was
got
it
a
an
good deal.
80-20 or 90-10
I don't know what it
or
was,
something?
but I know they paid Universal back. And think about Baby. Think about them, all the artists and success they've had over the years. You know, you had No Limit that only did a few amount of years. You had Bad Boy only did a few amount of years. You have Rough Riders only went so far. You got Rufus only went so far. Cash Money still popping to this day.
Cash Money, they've had a run.
They
had a run, and then they even had a second run, which is really unusual in music.
Right.
You know, Wayne was hot
Right.
and big, and then, you know, they turned it up with Nicki Minaj and
Young
Drake
Money.
and Young Money.
Young Money was cold, yo.
That's a big thing.
That's a big thing
For music. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if there's anybody else that did.
Nobody's else has done
You know, had a second wave like that.
Yeah, nobody. And then you get the biggest artist ever with Drake. And Drake gonna be doing songs when 90s still making hits. He really got the Midas touch.
You think Drake's still gonna be hot that long?
Man, Drake is cold, yo. That's a bad boy. I ain't never seen anybody like that. Hit after 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 hit. And I think he should be a role model for rappers. And what I mean by that is he goes to work. He's not a drinker. He's not drinking lean. He's not trying to get all the tattoos. He's truly focused on his hustle. And that's the way I would like for artists to be. Instead of becoming a rapper, you're ending up somebody trying to kill you or hating, or you become a rapper, now you start getting a criminal record. You've been this nice guy your whole life. But as soon as you get a record deal, now you want to be a criminal. Now you want to get tattoos. Now you want to smack people. Now it's called backwards thinking. You're hustling backwards. Because people who are hustlers are trying to get out. And people who get successful trying to pretend that they're part of something.
I hear that. Yeah.
Stupid.
Drake, he's more of like the clean cut rapper. You know, he doesn't really rap about the gangster shit.
Right.
Which is pretty rare in today's hip hop. But I don't want to say rare. A lot of the popular artists, there's a lot of gangster hip hop today.
Yes.
And you know, with Drake being like the biggest artist, you would think it would maybe inspire more people to go that direction, but it doesn't seem like it does.
But he should be the person to lead people, because that's the way you should do it.
At one point, Suge was your bodyguard.
Yeah, Suge was a bodyguard on tour with DLC and me, so it was cool. It was a great guy. Like, you know, it was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on how his life changed as well. You know, like I always say, he's always treated me well. We had our little differences back in the day, but as men, we settled it. And I wish him the very best.
What was it like back then? What was he like back then? Was he
was just a nice guy, just a nice big dude, you know? Just trying to make it.
There was no signs of...
Oh, none.
That he was going to turn out that? What was there? Was there any signs that he wanted to do music the way he did music?
No, I just think it happened. You know, just like, that's how life is. Sometimes you can be at the right place at the right time, and bam, you just take off, and it just went from one thing to another. Next thing you know, he was the man.
At one point, Suge called you to his office?
Yeah, because I was doing something illegal, and it had something to do with him, so we settled it like men. And kept it moving.
You don't want to talk about it?
Nope, don't want to talk about it. But we did all right. You know, we're not mad at each other. You know, we just he knew what kind of man I was. I knew what kind of man he was, and I was wrong, so I handled it like a man.
Okay. What do you think about everything he's going through right now?
Like I just said, I wish him the best. It's sad what he's going through. To be on top of the mountain and then be where you are. That's mentally tough.
You'd mentioned you've been on tour with Ludacris and Nelly. Do you have any wild stories from there?
No, the great thing about Luda, and I need to talk about him more, when we was on tour with Luda, when we got to Las Vegas, Nevada, we couldn't find a promoter about paying me my money. And when Luda pulled up in the van, I said, yo, I can't find a promoter. And what he did was he didn't do the show until we found the guy. So the show was like maybe 45 minutes late.
Oh, okay. So you guys ended up getting the money, getting paid and everything?
Yeah, well, he had his money. I didn't get my money.
Oh, he
because I
looked
couldn't
out
find
for
the
you.
promoter. Yeah, he looked out for me.
Oh,
So he
okay.
shut it down until we was ready. It was on MTV and everything. Yeah, he had a big episode on MTV about that.
Oh, okay. What were the groupie stories like on there? You hang out or
Um,
anything?
Again, I moved by myself. You know, I got some pussy. I fuck everywhere I go anyway. It's just kind of guy I
Okay.
am.
Well, what'd you think about Michael Jordan's Last Dance?
Um, that's a good question. I had mixed feelings. When I watched the interview, I didn't like Michael Jordan when I saw The Last Dance because I felt like the players was in a toxic atmosphere. And if you ever been around people who are poison or people who were kind of haters and they made coming to work or being in the same room with you uncomfortable, I felt for the players. I felt that's how they felt when dealing with him at practice. And they had to kiss his ass to not be blackballed or him to do something to you. And I don't think no man should have to go through that. But as a player, he was great. But as when I saw The Last Dance, I didn't like it.
Do you think that's what made him so great? Was that
I still
type
think you
of
can get the same
attitude?
results by still being a nice person. You just got to know when to delegate authority. You know, when people are not used to power, that's usually how they act. People with power and understand power know how to smooth it out, make it right.
You knew Michael Jordan, right? Or know him?
Yeah, I know him very well.
You guys still
I haven't
talk
seen
or
him in
hang
years,
out?
but I'm quite sure we saw each other. We said hello, but we was close at one time.
Do you have any stories about Michael Jordan?
No, just a great guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a great guy.
You-
Other than seeing The Last Dance.
I think I seen somewhere that somebody from Nike told you or him that he made more money 1 year off of Jordans than he did his whole career.
It's possible, but I don't think I did that. I don't think it was me. But I think I read that article somewhere where at that time he did make more money as a, but most artists, most athletes do that now. They make more money being endorsing their product compared to being a player. At least back then. Now I'm quite sure, depending on who you are, the checks are phenomenal.
Well, there was the tipping story.
Okay, so yeah, back in the day too. So the reason why I probably answer the question is because it's something that I've already done already. So it's like when I do stand-up comedy, I try not to repeat the same jokes. So I try not to always answer the same question. So since you know the answer to that question already, give me a new question.
Okay. Well, I don't. That was the only story I could find on there. That's
Oh,
why.
okay. Yeah.
You know,
Other than
if you got
that,
anything different,
I think the Last Dance thing was great, and I think the tipping with Michael Jordan, which was in the '90s, that was just the kind of person he was. He just didn't leave a big tip, and I was just paying attention to because we was drinking a lot, and the tip was very small. But maybe he felt that's the way he should move at that particular time. So
when I was doing my research, I seen that Mike Tyson had bought $1 million watch and then took you to Madonna's house.
yeah, that was awesome back in the day. Yeah, we just was hanging out. He pulled up in the Lambo. We went to go hang out. He's just a nice guy, you know. I never asked him for any money. We all had our own money. We ate. I mean, I wasn't rich as Mike, but you know, I held my own. And we had some of the greatest friends that we all knew with each other, from Eric Von Zip to our friend named Kevin. When I sit here talking to you and I think about this journey, it's just been awesome. All the people that I've met and know, it's just crazy. It's just really crazy, and I'm glad we have it documented so people can see it.
You definitely need a documentary.
Oh, I'm getting to see it. I got to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What'd you guys do at Madonna's?
Just hung out. She was just a good person. The thing I can say about Madonna, what I loved about her, she turned out Dennis Rodman.
She turned out. What do you mean?
She turned him out, like sexually. Whatever she did to Dennis Rodman was never the same after that. That's when he started getting weird and the earrings and dressing in dresses and all that. Madonna brought that out of him. This is a fact. Because, matter of fact, me and Dennis Rodman went to the Super Bowl together when it was at the Rose Bowl when Michael Jackson performed. So whatever year that was, me and Dennis Rodman went together.
And they were dating, right?
Yeah, they were dating. Madonna and Dennis Rodman was dating.
Do you know how long they dated for?
No, I don't.
You would mentioned you went on tour with Jay-Z.
Yes. That was an awesome thing. And
how'd you guys meet?
I met Jay-Z at my 35th birthday party. Some of my friends hired him. He was late. I didn't want to pay him because I'm against people being late. They convinced me to let him on. And when he came on, he was fire. And me, him, and Damon Dash stayed in touch. And then boom, I was on the Hard Knock Life tour. And we have been friends ever since.
I went to the Hard Knock Life tour.
Yeah, I was
down here in Anaheim.
In Anaheim, yep.
And I went to the after party.
Okay.
Were you there at the after party?
Probably so.
Jermaine Dupri and Jay-Z, they were rolling dice on the pool table for hundreds.
Okay, I don't remember, but yeah, if I wasn't at that part, I was somewhere there.
Okay.
Yeah, but me and we've been rolling ever since. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a dope show too.
Yeah, it was a dope show.
Do you have any other stories with them from being on tour?
No. Again,
I think you mentioned they're always late.
Yeah, they was always late before they blew up. Like, I've known them for so long. So when we used to do small theaters before they actually blew up, they would miss flights and all this type of things. And it's good to see that out of all that, he still was able to be successful and win.
Did they ever miss out on any money from being late?
Hell yeah, that's why I'm mentioning it. Yeah, they missed those shows. Like, can't miss shows like that. And that made me understand, like, either they didn't care. That's why I was impressed that they still made it, because when you be late like that, it's a reputation that they late. People don't want to book you, but they overcame all that stuff. So it's awesome.
I seen this brought up in an interview, but I didn't quite understand, and I just thought I would ask you about it. It was something about Puffy and Bad Boy from back in the day with a credit card or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, damn. You really did your homework.
I did.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you, yo. Yeah, back in the day, I had, I didn't steal Puffy's credit card. A female stole his card. I never snitched on the female. And she never stole the card. She just had access to his number. And what I did was I used it improperly, got caught, never snitched on nobody. And the rest is history.
How'd you get caught? What happened?
I got caught because I was trying to buy some jewelry. I was trying to buy a necklace, a Rolex, and some earrings.
How much was it?
Well, I'm about to get to that.
Oh, okay.
So, what happened, I didn't know how, when the girl gave me the information, she told me to be small, don't be greedy, do it under the radar. So my dumb ass taking a Rolex, earrings, and a necklace, to me, I thought it was gonna cost like maybe $2,000, $3,000. This is what I'm thinking. So by the time I got done with everything, I think it was 195 grand. So the people at the store never ran the credit card. They were setting me up because they knew what I was doing was wrong. So they was recording me every time. So they was setting themselves up for publicity. Because when all this hit the fan, they was on the news and everything. They set it up perfectly. So what people don't know at that time too, my cousins are federal agents. I got cousins who are feds. So my cousin was playing my bodyguard. Not playing my guy, he was my bodyguard. I had him go get the jewelry for me. Because all this time I'm thinking, they got the shit ready for me. I'm about to clean up, because if you know anything about credit card fraud, if someone steals your credit card and use it, you tell the people, that ain't me. Nobody gets hurt. The jury still get their money, and you don't owe nobody money. That's the hustle. So they arrest my cousin, who's a federal agent. He gets arrested. So when they let him go because they know he had nothing to do with it, now he's looking for me. Matter of fact, I got the whole fucking country looking for me because they searching for me. So I'm still doing shows, But every show I'm doing, I'm thinking the cops get me to walk in to arrest me. So I hired my attorneys and all that kind of stuff to meet me in New York City. I had to turn myself in at a certain date, but I didn't do it. I waited a couple more weeks because I had more shows I had to do, and they couldn't find me because at that time, when I flew, I wasn't flying on regular tickets. I was flying on buddy passes. Buddy passes can't be detected by federal agents and cops because it's not documented. They can find you if you bought a regular ticket, but they can't find you if you're on a buddy pass. It's impossible.
Okay, so
So
you ended up getting caught, or you turned
yeah,
yourself
we got
in?
caught. We fought the case. I wound up getting probation, and during that same time, Puffy gets in trouble with Jennifer Lopez with a gun down in New York City. To make a long story short, because I got to take my daughter somewhere, so this is what happens. The same prosecutors who arrest me, who want to lock me up, now that Puffy's in the news, they come to me to get me to try to lie on Puffy to say I saw him with the gun.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Even-
it's cold. It's a cold game, boy.
And that was your deal to get out of your trouble?
That wasn't my deal. I had money. I fought
Well,
my
I mean,
case.
not that you made
No,
a
they
deal.
were trying to set it
but-
up for me to do that, but I didn't want no part of it. But that goes to show you how fucked up prosecutors are.
Yeah, they wanted Puffy back in the
They
day.
wanted his ass, and they was willing to do it. But understand this now, they on me because of the credit card. Because the gun, they like, we don't give a fuck about your shit. Let's go get him, the bigger fish. Because that's how they make a name for themselves. That's how they go up the ladder. You know, cops have to have a big bust. That's how they win. Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think we're about out of time. I think I ran through mostly everything.
Yes, I appreciate it. Let me tell you, I got my daughters here. We're about to go handle some business. I try to do everything. I did 2 interviews. This is a pleasure. Now I got to take care of the kids, then go to bed, catch a flight to Vegas, then shoot to Cleveland, Ohio.
Man, I appreciate you, bro.
Crazy. Thank you, guys.
All right, for sure.
Appreciate you too, sir. All right.